Okay, I'm going to admit everyone. Admit all. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Grancy's still connecting. There's still some others connecting. All right, let's wait just a few seconds more. Okay. Just one more, I think. Okay, looks like we're all here. Good morning. Welcome to County Court 9. We're going to start our docket right away. We will be starting in-person jury trials in January. And the nice thing is, it looks like we're going to be able to set our own jury trial dates instead of going by the schedule that we get. So that will be, I think, very helpful. So when I get motions for travel, permission to travel, or any kind of motion, can you be sure to include the information, the underlying information, what the offense is, and any important information, like if it's a DWI, if you can let me know if they're going to be driving or if they're going to be flying, and if they're going to be driving, do they have some alcohol monitoring device? So that way it'll just make it much faster for me to sign in. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Looks like it's
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We're going to start with Philip Lambert.
Hey, oh, sorry. Hey, Judge. You can skip me for now. I'm so sorry. I'm in Judge Key's court, and I'm talking with the DA in there.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Thank you, Judge. So sorry.
Thank you. Not a problem. Andres Campion.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Me and Miss Holly just need to be placed into a breakout room so we can go over paperwork for plea.
All right. Well, let me get the her name and the cause number so I can make sure we have our plea paperwork going good.
Absolutely, okay. Your Honor. Her name is Annette Holly.
Okay.
And cause number is 652-696.
All right, great. And I'm marking it as a plea so I can come back and check it. Thank you, Mr. Campion. That's the only thing you have on our docket today?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, great. We'll move on to the next case. Thank you. Joseph Stateson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I'm here for another attorney, Monica Gadetto. She is on page 3. Her client is Chris Monroe Collins, and this was a setting after a motion to suppress. We're still awaiting for a ruling on that.
I did that ruling, I can tell you for sure. Let me look for it and see if I can find it to get, make sure you get it.
Okay, all right.
I guess I just signed the order and submit it, but maybe that's the wrong way to proceed. I'm going to have to, I guess, send it to Aleda so she can send it to you. But
okay, and
we'll find it, okay?
would we be given, I don't know the outcome, but would it be a short reset and come back here?
Yeah, I don't remember the outcome either. So yeah, we can just reset it for, let's say, to January 18. Will that work?
Okay, no, that works. Yes, Judge,
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Stateson?
No, that was the only one. Thank you, Judge.
Great, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Anthony Zamora?
There we go.
Okay.
Good morning, Judge.
Good
Judge
morning.
Marty Lopez, we received the photos a few days ago, and although I have not gone over them with her, I believe that this case is ultimately going to need to be set for trial.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know if it's going to make a difference for me to go over that with her. I think we're going to proceed to a jury trial with the court. That would
All right. So you want a trial setting now?
Yes, ma'am. I think that'll probably be more expedient.
January 24.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Oh, give me the cause number on her case, please.
Yes, ma'am. We're on the bottom of page 3. It's
Okay.
669020.
Okay, 669,020. Okay, thank you very much. You have anything else, sir?
No, Judge, with the date one more time so I can put it on the.
January 24?
And is it a 10 a.m. docket?
Yes, it'll be at 10 in the morning.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too. Michael Palaciano?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Rolando Rangel. It's on the add-on docket.
Okay, and I did see his paperwork. So that's for a plea today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're going to try to get to it very soon, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else you have on today's docket?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll come back to you then. Thank you.
Yes.
Kurt Grancy?
Yes, Judge, I'm here. That's on Hannah Harrison. I think we're here on to get the ruling on a motion for speedy trial.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see if I did that. I think we heard it in November, and I'm not sure if I've done it or not, but I will
Okay.
get it to you before the end of the week.
Okay, and then Judge, if I was holding off having her trying to arrange getting approval to travel from San Antonio to meet with me until we
Oh.
get that ruling, that's kind of,
Okay.
and so I'm not sure if we should get some setting right now or what we should do.
Okay. Yeah. So when is when is your trial setting? Do you have a trial setting already?
I don't know if we do, Your Honor.
Oh.
I thought originally that we did, but then this came up and I don't know if my secretary then removed
Oh.
that. I'm not,
All right. Well, will you be very upset if we move it to January 24?
well, no, I just hope that doesn't, I hope that doesn't suggest what your ruling is on the motion too.
No, I don't remember,
Okay.
honestly. I like to have the transcript of the hearing.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
mentioned that.
I'm not sure
I'm
I
not-
ever got it. So I remember the matter, but I can't tell you which way I decided on it, one way or the other.
Yeah, and that's why I was she has to get permission to travel here. And if you recall, I need to meet with her to go over and she needs to see the evidence and to decide whether it's jury or non-jury and so
Right.
forth. So,
Okay. Well, because of that, I think it'll be safer unless you want an earlier trial setting, which I guess we could do the early part of January.
no, I think later would probably be better because then it
Okay.
would give us time for her to come over because she has to be processed. She was never even processed yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, then January 24, and I will get you that ruling before the end of the week.
Okay, can we leave? Are we excused?
Yes, sir. You all
Thank
have
you,
a
Ron.
great afternoon. Take care. Thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye. Flavio Hernandez.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
We concluded a plea agreement yesterday and we set for today. Brett Boyce needs to
All right.
prepare the paperwork for us.
Okay. Did you send him an email?
I think I did, Your Honor.
Okay, because that's what triggers it. He'll get that. He'll prepare the packet and send it back to you. But
I'll
it
send
needs to, it needs to have your client's name on it so that he can set it up where it'll go to him after you sign.
I'll do it right now, Judge.
All right, great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, what is the name of your client, Mr. Hernandez?
Elisa Valdivia.
Elisa Valdivia. Okay, and you happen to have a cause number?
Yes, Your Honor. It is. Well, I just set it aside, Your Honor.
Well, we have a
It's
short docket. I
it's-
can probably look it up.
It's on the add-on docket, Your Honor.
Judge,
Yeah.
it's 669-499.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. That way I can check on it without having to look at my docket. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. Efrain Torres?
Yes, Judge, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, Judge. I wanted to see if I could get a reset, Judge. I had a death in the family, and I not been able to really talk to my client.
Of course.
So I wanted to see if I could get a reset on this case.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Mr. Torres. Let me give you, I'll give you a 60-day recess. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. That'll be January 26th.
That's
And,
on Luis Tovar, Judge.
Luis Tovar. Okay. And I'll go ahead and look it up. You may go ahead and log off, Mr. Torres.
The 26th, Judge.
Yes, January 26th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. All right, Oscar Hernandez. I'll come back. Ronald Funari.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
Hey, I have Brooke Sherney. I believe it was an add-on today.
Yes, okay. I don't remember. We just did it. And what are we doing? A plea on that or what?
No, Judge, I need to confer. It's an
Oh,
MTR.
Oh, okay. All right.
With
So
either
go ahead.
with either probation or the state.
Okay. I'll mark you conferring. You're going to
Okay,
break out
thank you,
room any
Judge.
second. Okay. Thank you. Rochelle Acevedo.
Hi, Judge. I'm
Morning.
on Esteban Sanchez.
Okay.
Judge, I had a date of January 6th, so I'm not sure if he's present.
Okay. Mr. Sanchez, are you here, sir? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't see his name up here either. Okay. All right. So you want to keep that January 6th date?
If we can, Your Honor, please.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it on January 6th. Sometimes the system helps
Your
us
Honor,
in
if
the
I
wrong
may.
way. Yes.
I believe this was a compliance hearing. Maybe it was about 11:30 that
Oh,
we
okay.
can look into it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me pull up the violation report, because if he's not here, I'm going to ask you to convey to him my concerns. Because I'm not sure everybody understands that the reason they get out of jail is because they agree to certain bond conditions, and they get out and then they forget all about it. So I don't want to be issuing warrants if they're not understanding what their responsibilities are. So
Okay.
let me see if I can pull that up. Okay.
Yes, and just in looking, I don't think I've received a violation report, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I thought. It shows that copies are sent to the attorneys, but apparently you're not the first one to say that they didn't get it. So I just, communication is still in a very bad state of health after this pandemic. So we got to make our way back to having a good situation. But okay, so let me ask you to wait for a little bit. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, who have I not called that I need to call? Mr. Hernandez is waiting for a plea, right? Yes, okay. So it looks like got everybody. I did
No,
call
you missed
Philip.
Richard Moniz. Richard Moniz, Your Honor.
Okay, Richard Muniz, who is your attorney, sir?
Mary Patrick Zuway.
Oh, yeah, Petrashik, yeah. Okay, I'm going to mark you present, sir. And we'll wait for her to come. She's in another court, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Judge,
I'm just
is-
making a note.
Judge, is
Yes.
Corey here today?
Wow.
I was just asking because Mr. Funari wanted to confer about an NPR case, but I'm not going to be able to confer very well if Corey's not here.
Let me see what happened. I don't know. I'll get back to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Campion, did you have a chance to confer?
I have,
you have
Your
a
Honor.
plea. Okay.
Yes, and we are ready. I have signed all the documents. I believe my client has signed all the documents, and the rest should be.
Okay, great. Let me see. The only one I needed to come back to, Elizabeth Settle. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on an MTR on Desiree Cook. And I need to confer. I haven't gotten any information about this MPR.
All right. Do you happen to have the cause number on that?
I do.
All right.
It is 621607.
Okay. All right. Well, let me. So you want to confer? I'm going to mark you conferring. You may have to wait a little bit. I don't know. Mr. Richardson apparently had some problem getting here. I'm going to check on that.
Okay.
Because you'll probably want to confer with him. Okay.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Is there anyone else that I need to address before? Yes, Mr. Lambert. Good morning.
So sorry about that, Judge, and thank you so
Not a
much for letting me handle that.
No problem.
I am here for Jose Salazar Estrada, case number 662730.
Okay.
I don't know which page he's on.
That's okay.
As I understand it, so I'm actually helping out Mr. Arguelles. He's on vacation right now. As I understand it, there's a pending felony as well as a fugitive warrant for Mr. Jose for failing to get, I believe, an interlock device in his vehicle.
Okay.
I've attempted to contact Mr. Jose. He is here today. He's a Spanish speaker.
Okay. All right.
So
Where is Mr. Estrada? I'm not seeing him.
Mr. Jose, he has it as Salazar right now. I believe that's him.
Okay.
Jose
All
Salazar.
right. Can you unmute yourself, please? Puede empezar su video, por favor. Señor Salazar. Puede toque el emblema que parece como un micrófono antiguo. ¿Lo ve? Tóquelo allí a ver si empieza. Ok, ahora le puedo oír. Ok. El señor Lambert está aquí de parte del señor Arguelles porque él no había podía estar aquí hoy. Así es que me da mucho gusto que se presentó porque aparentemente hay una orden de arresto porque usted faltó de presentarse algún día que tenía audiencia. Entonces, porque está aquí, su abogado lo va a representar, el señor Lambert le va a ayudar. Okay. So, Mr. Lambert, do you speak Spanish, sir? Do you need an interpreter?
I do not, Judge.
Your Honor, I can get an interpreter to come in if they wish.
Will that help you? That way you can explain to him that we need to take care of his fugitive status. So that
yes.
Okay. So, okay, you'll be in a breakout room in a moment. And let me tell Mr. Salazar. Señor Salazar, ahorita va a haber una imagen que va a decir, en inglés va a decir, entre al cuarto número tal, ¿ok? Cuando usted vea esa imagen, por favor, lo toca para que el video lo lleve a ese cuarto y usted va a platicar con el señor Lambert, pero va a tener alguien que vaya a interpretar para que se puedan comunicar, ¿ok?
Sí.
Ok. Entonces, yo creo va a ser unos minutos antes de que se aparezca esa imagen, pero usted lo busca y lo espera y entonces va a estar con el señor Lambert. ¿Está bien?
Sí.
Ok. Gracias.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay. I saw. Oh, Corey. Good morning, Corey. How are you doing?
Good, Judge. I'm
Good.
sorry. I was trying to find the Zoom link and Aleda just sent it to me.
Oh, good. I know Zoom is not always very friendly.
Yes.
So we have a couple of cases that they want to confer. Let me see if I can remember where they were. Let's see. These were MTRs. That okay, so I know that there's well, Mr. Hernandez is not here yet, but who is the one that wanted to confer on an MTR? It was somebody.
Probably.
Yeah, one was Elizabeth Settle, and the
Okay.
other one I'm trying to confirm if it was Fenari. I'm not too certain.
I think you're right. I think it was Venari.
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
All right, so
Well-
we have two people that, at this point, they want to confer with you, please, Mr. Richardson, and then with the state. Okay? So let me make you co-host, right?
I was on mute. I was saying, thank you, Judge.
I know, it happens to me too. Okay. So you are now co-host, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I think first we'll go to Miss Settle's case on Desiree Cox. I have a cause number if that helps you. 621607.
Is that me?
Oh, yeah, that's right, Miss Cook. I'm sorry, I wrote down Cox. Cook. Okay, and your attorney's going to talk to Mr. Richardson, our CLO, and discuss your case, okay? So if you'll just sort of wait patiently, she'll be back and talk to you, or yeah, she'll be back to talk to you, okay? Oh, thank you. Oh, Kavien, Godwin, good morning. How are you?
Sorry, Judge, I guess I was too quick. I put her in.
Okay, good. All right. So, who do I have that I have not called on?
Judge, my name is Arnulfo Garza.
Yes, sir.
I'm just waiting for, I think, my attorney, Oscar Hernandez.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll mark you present. Thank you, Mr. Garza.
Thank you.
Okay. Should not be very long, I don't think. Okay. All right. I think at this time I'm going to check on those pleas. Maybe we can get them done sooner than later. So I'm going to go to another screen. I will still be able to hear you. You will be able to see me and hear me, but I'm going to be looking at another screen. So if I seem to be occupied with something else, you'll know I'm trying to find that paperwork. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right, I do have the paperwork on Annette Holly. Mr. Bosis, I guess we can proceed with this. Let me see if there's anybody else waiting for an announcement. Mr. Palaciano, you have a plea on Rolando Rahel. I think I did that one yesterday. I'm going to go back and print what I need from that. I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm 6992. $694.99. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think Mr. Hernandez and Ms. Valdivia are still working on a plea. Is that right?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, so I do have Mr. Dunhill and I have Miss Holly. So those are two of the three that we have right now. Okay, is there anyone that needs to make an announcement that I have not addressed so far? Okay, so we have Mr. Boses. Can we go ahead and proceed, Mr. Boses, on 652-696?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready to go on that.
All right. Miss Annette Holly, can you please unmute yourself? There's a little icon that looks like a microphone. There you go. All right. I can hear you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Ms. Mendez, we're ready to proceed on this plea. I'm going to ask Ms. Holly to please raise your right hand, ma'am, and be sworn. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. You may lower your hand. This is cause number 652-696, the state of Texas versus Annette Holly. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Brett Boses for the state.
Best champion for the defense.
All right. And Ms. Holly, according to this, are you Annette Holly?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
According to this document that I'm looking at, and you will be seeing it on the screen momentarily, it's entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights, and you reviewed this with your attorney?
I did.
Okay, so you are charged with the offense of obstruction of a highway. That indicates to me there was an amendment. Is that right, Mr. Boses?
That is, excuse me. Sorry, something in my throat there. Excuse me, Your Honor. Yes, there has been an amendment. The state is waiving and abandoning count 1, and we will be proceeding on count 2, obstruction of a highway.
So is that your agreement, Mr. Campion?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, that's approved. All right. So your offense is now obstruction of a highway, but you know, I was told that it makes a difference on how it is carried in the clerk's database. So I'm going to amend that to obstruction of a roadway. Does anyone object to that?
No objection from the defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, so you've been charged with the offense of obstruction of a roadway as a Class B misdemeanor. And you can see there, that little box is marked. It says it can be anywhere from 0 days up to 180 days, Bexar County Jail, and or a fine up to $2,000. You see that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to go to page 2 where it shows defendant's signature. Did you sign this?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by signing this document, you are waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as those other numbered rights listed in that document?
I do, yes, ma'am.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later on tonight or tomorrow you change your mind and you want to take back that plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
If I assess a punishment that is more harsh than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. I see you're pleading no contest, so you need to know that even though your plea of no contest is what you wish to enter, I can still find you guilty of this offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Campion, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Miss Holly?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does she have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
I believe she does, Your Honor.
Has she been able to assist in her defense?
She has, Your Honor.
I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
All right.
The agreement is for a $600 fine plus court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours, or actually the state is waiving community service in light of the defendant's military service. However, she must complete the DWI education class, the victim impact panel, do the ATP evaluation, and have ignition interlock for half the term, as well as pay $60 restitution to DPS.
Mr. Campion, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor, and we've already tendered to the state certificates of completion for the victim impact panel and the DWI education course.
Oh, okay, great. Let me make a notation. All right, and so, Ms. Holly, to the offense of obstruction of a roadway as a Class B misdemeanor. All right, somebody please stay muted. We're going to, I lost my train of thought. Okay, what is your plea to the offense of obstruction of a roadway, ma'am?
No contest.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea. I'm not making any findings of guilt. I'm placing you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months, assessing a $600 fine plus court costs. You are to complete the DWI education course and victim impact panel. Although I've been advised that you have already completed these, so you will get credit for those. You are to complete the ATP evaluation and install on your vehicle the ignition interlock for 1/2 your term of probation, and pay a $60 restitution fee to the Department of Public Safety. Also, there is no community service ordered because of your military service, which is definitely a great form of public service. So, is there anything further from defense?
Nothing further from the defense,
there
except that we would ask that supervision fees be set at a minimal amount, just given the circumstances. Ms. Holly, she does work, but due to the light of her military service, we would just ask the court to take that into consideration and not set her supervisory fees too high.
Okay. Well, but she does work. Is she employed full-time? Ms. Holly, are you employed full-time right now?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. So this is for a period of 12 months. All right, I will grant the minimum supervisory fees. And is there anything further from defense?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
Is there anything further from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, so I have followed your agreement, but I need for you to understand deferred adjudication is a very special remedy because if you keep all your promises, you will not have a conviction. That's really important, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure I don't have to stress to you how important it is to avoid that conviction, but you need to know that if for some reason, and primarily in your case, I would think it would be a lack of communication. But if for some reason you do not comply with all the terms and conditions of your probation, then I can revoke your community supervision, give you that conviction, assess up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So the downside is pretty significant. So I just want you to, I feel like the more you know, the better off you are, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure that you've not been in this position before. So, all right, at this time, I do need to ask you, do you swear that everything you put on your personal data sheet is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's a very important document because if something happens and they need to get in touch with you, they need to be able to rely on that information. So
Right.
it's really for your safety and advantage. Also, the probation department is here to help you so that you don't ever come back and other than for jury service or something else. And so just know that they're there to help you. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask them. And you've not had this experience before, I'm assuming. So you really need to understand that communication is very important. All right, so at this time, I'm going to adjourn this hearing. I'm going to ask you to meet with Mr. Corey Richardson. He is our CLO. He's going to give you important information on what to expect and how to proceed, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck. All right,
Thank you
this
very
hearing is adjourned. Thanks. So on your screen, you're going to see an invite. It's say join breakout room, whatever number it is. Click on that, and then Mr. Corey Richardson will be there to give you that information, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Campion, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you want to join the breakout room also, or I'm sure you have
Yeah,
other things?
I'll join there with
All
Ms.
right. All right, so you'll get that prompt also. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to move on to Rolando Rangel.
I'm here, Judge. Can you see me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I can see you now. All right, so this is cause number 569902, Mr. Boses.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So will you please, Mr. Rangel, raise your right hand so I can swear you in? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may lower your hand. This is cause number 569902, the state of Texas versus Rolando Rangel. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Brett Bosis for the state.
Michael Palaciano for the defendant.
All right, and so this is a DWI with an enhancement. Are we proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Rangel, I am looking at a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights. This is a document you went over with your attorney, and it tells you what the offense you are charged with. And I think now you can see it on your screen. But the
Yes,
offense you're charged with is driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. So that makes the range of punishment as a Class A. You will see the box that's checked. The range of punishment for that is up to 1 year Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $4,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to go to page 2 where it shows defendant's signature. Did you sign that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, you're waiving your right to remain silent, as well as other rights listed in that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your video just went away. I don't.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
All right, thank you. All right. If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later tonight you regret your choice and you want to take back your plea, in order to do that, you would need my permission, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. Also, if you enter a plea of no contest, you need to know that I can still find you guilty of that offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Palaciano, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Rangel?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. The agreement is for an $800 fine plus court costs, 1 year probated for 18 months, 80 hours community service, the DWI intervention class, the victim impact panel, the TAP evaluation, $60 restitution to DPS.
Is that
And-
6-0, Mr. Boses?
Yes, 60 in restitution to DPS. State is waiving ignition interlock because defendant has been on since the inception of the case and has not had any violation reports. Which the inception of the case was almost 2 years ago. And state will be taking into consideration cause number 631794.
All right, so Mr. Palaciano, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Rangel, to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
No, I don't know, no contest?
All right. Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea. I am going to assess a $800 fine plus court costs, 1 year Bexar County Jail, but that is probated for 18 months, 80 hours community service, DWI intervention course, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, $60 restitution to DPS, but the ignition interlock is waived because of the fact that you have had it installed on your vehicle for more or less 2 years and you have had no violations. So that's very, very admirable. Thank you. So also taken into consideration for this plea is cause number 631794. Is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
Nothing further. Well, actually, just if the court wanted to, I don't think you've mentioned the possibility of the 24 hours community service.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I actually, Mr. Rangel, I want to offer you, because it's 80 hours, I'm going to offer you 30 hours credit on your community service hours. If you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID, and you just need to show proof to the probation department, and you will get those 30 hours credit, okay?
Okay.
This is an option. It's not mandatory, but it is definitely a public service, in my opinion. So I would like to give you that credit if you wish to take it.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so,
Thank you.
all right. So is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor.
State?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Mr. Boses. Okay, Mr. Rangel, I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I want to wish you the best of luck. I know that you have filled out a personal data sheet, even though I don't have it right in front of me, but I need you to, do you swear that everything you put on there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's a very important document because it's always important that if the probation department needs to reach you, that they be able to. Otherwise, we can have some bad things happen. So, okay.
I understand.
Just for lack of communication. So, all right. So I have followed your agreement. That means you do not have a right to appeal. At this time, we're adjourning this hearing. I'm going to ask you to confer with Mr. Corey Richardson. He is going to give you important information on how to proceed and what to expect, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, if we could have Ms. Holly go to breakout room 3.
Okay. And who is that?
That's Annette Holly, so that she can confer with Mr. Corey.
Okay, Ms. Holly, there should be a little prompt on your screen. I guess it never came. Let's try it again. Can you send it again, please, Aleda? Sometimes it just doesn't work. And that way, if you'll click on that, you'll be in another room with Mr. Richardson, okay?
Yes,
We're in a
ma'am.
room now.
Thank you. I didn't understand what was just said. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's the last plea I have ready. So I'll check on yours, Mr. Hernandez, and see if it's ready. Let me just take some announcements from people. Miss Holly, you still haven't seen that, huh?
No,
It
ma'am.
just looks like a little old-fashioned microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Let's see, let's forward to two.
Yeah, maybe that'll work better. Nothing, huh? It's
No,
gonna
ma'am.
be it's gonna be pretty small, but
She's using her phone. I don't know if she needs to move it around.
are are you on
I'm
your
on-
phone or a laptop?
I'm on a laptop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe look at the very top of your screen, or maybe at the bottom. Sometimes it pops up in different places.
No, ma'am, I don't see anything. It's normally been like right in front of me if I need to go to a breakout room.
Oh, so you've done this before then.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
Breakout.
maybe what we'll do, maybe let's try to, maybe we'll ask you to leave and come back in
Okay.
because sometimes the internet plays tricks on us.
Okay,
So
I'll do that.
then we'll have a fresh start.
All right, yes, ma'am, I'll do that now.
All right, thank you. All right.
Hi, Your
Miss-
Honor.
Hello, how are you today?
I am well.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
always good to see you. Thank you so much for coming to help us.
It's
So,
always my pleasure.
oh, you're very sweet. So, I guess, is this, I know I was speaking to the gentleman.
She's been helping me out, Your Honor.
Mr. Fanari, who's this? Yours, is it yours, Mr. Fanari? Oh,
It's-
Mr. Lambert. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so I'm going to ask you all to go all together to a breakout room because she's going to have to explain to your client, Mr. Estrada, how this is going to work. And also,
We just got out of the breakout room, Your Honor.
oh, you all already did it?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, then I need to find the paperwork. Okay. All right, I'll be with you all in just a second then.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, Oscar Hernandez, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Apologize for coming in late. I'm downstairs at the CLE. Arnulfo Garza, page 1, number 1.
Okay, and he is here.
He is there, and
Yes.
he tells me that he's making the last of his restitution payments sometime today. So if we can just recall this for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll already have this one.
All right, Aleda, can you give me a 2-week reset for that?
Yes. Let's see.
Well, you know what? We have Thanksgiving coming up. Let me just give you the regular 30-day reset that we have, January 18. That way, if you all are ready sooner, you can come in anytime.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be dismissed. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's right. It probably just need to update it. Okay. Jose Salazar in room 16 is asking for help. I think he must still be there. Can you take care of that?
Let me
please,
join
Aleda?
back in, Judge.
All right. Thanks.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
I have Mr. Sanchez on now.
Okay, great. All right. So what,
Your Honor, that was I sent you the violation report
okay, thank
by
you.
Outlook.
Let me look for it right now.
And
so I
gave
can
you a
get that.
chat on that.
Thank you. That means I'm going to have to go into Outlook. Let me get there. Esteban Sanchez. Well, you know what? Let's see. And it's right now, what time? 11:17? So it hasn't come, Alita. Will you try it again? I need everyone to please stay muted. Okay, well, I'm here. I'm signing another plea paperwork. So, okay. I'm signing Miss Valdivia's paperwork right now.
Bless you, Judge.
It just popped up while I was here. That's the good thing. All right. So,
Corey, can I speak with you in breakout?
yeah, we can send you to a breakout room.
Just very briefly.
All right. And
But now this with his client, is that what he wants?
I'd like to speak with Mr. Richardson in breakout for
Oh,
one.
okay.
all right. Okay, so I'm coming back. I think I've got everything. Oh, you know what? There's one thing more. One more thing, and I'll be right back. Okay. For some reason, I did not get, let's see, in progress is what I want. Okay. All right. Okay, on the violation report, okay, on Mr. Esteban Sanchez, is he here? Esteban Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, and your attorney is Ms. Acevedo, and
Yes,
she is present. I don't know, do I have anybody from pretrial here today?
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor.
Officer Tattles here.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this is a first violation report, but it is on a DWI second. And part of the bond agreement conditions was installation of ignition interlock. Apparently, Mr. Sanchez was released August, and this was written September 27. So, has Mr. Sanchez gotten his ignition interlock in the meantime? Mr. Tatlow?
I'm trying to
update on that.
I'm trying to check on that, Judge. He was taken off the GPS monitor, and I'm no longer his supervising officer. It would be Courtney.
Oh, okay. So this would the one that we need is actually probably the second violation report, right? Or third? Because this was done by you.
Yes, ma'am. The violation at the time was when he was on, is when he was on GPS monitor.
Okay. Well, this is ignition interlock. It doesn't really say anything about GPS. Let me see what this. Okay, I said this was back in. I scheduled this compliance hearing for Thursday, October 1. That was obviously too short a time for you all to get notice. So,
Yes, Your Honor, it was October 1st, if I may, and then it was reset to today.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading on this.
And then, as of right now, Your Honor, I haven't received anything that he has been on the ignition interlock.
Okay. Ms. Acevedo, do you have any input?
Judge, according to my client, he was supposed to sign the affidavit of non-driving. He says that he did sign it. I'm not sure if it's been submitted to the pretrial office or not.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Since I don't have an updated violation report. I just want Mr. Sanchez to understand this is what's keeping him out of jail. I don't want to put him back in jail. So you have to abide by the conditions that you agreed to when you got out. Okay, so when
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I didn't know that I had a court date today. On my thing, it told me that my court date wasn't until January, I believe the 6th or the 2nd.
Right.
I didn't know that I had a court date today.
Right. Well, this is different. This is a compliance hearing because I get reports all the time from pretrial, and what they say that you were supposed to get the ignition interlock installed.
Yes, ma'am.
This was back in September.
Yes, at the time I was actually on GPS monitor. I was on my ankle monitor and I was secluded to my house. But when I got the monitor off, I told them that I don't have a vehicle. So I went to sign the affidavit and everything. So I was just waiting for the process of the affidavit to go through.
When did you get your monitor removed?
It was.
I'll tell you that right now. Give me 1 second.
All right.
He was removed on September 28th.
Oh, right after this report. This report was done September 27.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm looking at his current supervision officer's notes. He made the defendant aware that he needed to submit the affidavit of non-ownership paperwork, just like his attorney stated, to his attorney, so the attorney can file that with the judge, letting the judge know that he has no vehicle at this time, so that the judge consider an alternative method, possibly in-home device. And I'm assuming by this he hasn't done so.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sanchez, I've said this before. Communication has been the biggest victim of this pandemic. So, you knew what you needed to do, but maybe you didn't have time or you forgot to tell your lawyer. But, this gets you in trouble. And I don't want to issue a warrant just because people don't understand how important it is to stay on the same page. So we all know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's why I have these compliance hearings, because I assume that a lot of times there's a lack of communication. And in this case, it's obviously the ball is in your part, because you knew that you needed to do that affidavit and you didn't tell your lawyer.
I actually did take it to my attorney's office. I had gotten it notarized and I got it signed and I took it to her office. That's all I was waiting for. Yeah, the same day that I got my monitor off, I went and I got it notarized and everything and I took it over there.
Okay, so Ms. Acevedo, do you have that?
No, Judge, I've checked with my office. I don't know what office he went to. It doesn't, I have a notary there. He's telling me that he took this paper to UPS to get notarized. So that doesn't make sense to me because my office has everything there. I don't have it. My office doesn't have it. So I don't know if I'm off Buena Vista. I understand that Buena Vista has several Acevedo offices
I went to the one
there.
on Sacamora. That's the
not
only
true.
office that popped up.
That's
And
not
I talked to Ray there. That's who I gave it to was Ray.
Okay, so again, lack of communication. So can we get it fixed, Ms. Acevedo, please, so that we don't have to have him coming back?
Well, Judge,
on-
I think just in the interest of time, I don't know if the court would just consider, I anticipate that he's going to sign this affidavit, and I guess in the alternative, the court would just give, would order a different device. Is the court just willing to give him like the handheld or?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go
Miss. Okay, but the problem is, I hear things every day. I'm not going to be able to remember. That's why I require things in writing. Because I mean, you can't hold me accountable if I don't get something in writing. I signed, yesterday I was up from 1:30 to 3:30 in the morning signing orders. It takes that much time to sign orders. So I'm just not going to be able to remember that we were here, in 60 days. So if you please will submit a motion to amend his orders, and I will be glad to sign that so that he has, what was it that you were suggesting?
The
Portable home device?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, portable alcohol monitoring device. Okay, so Mr. Sanchez,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
I'm going to agree to that, but I need to have the order that I can sign so it'll go into effect. So, okay, but you all need to understand, you all need to communicate, Mr. Sanchez. You need to actually talk to your lawyer, okay?
I got you. I actually haven't had able chance to speak to her. Every time I call her office, it's always her assistants I always speak with. I rarely ever get to speak to her myself.
All right. This is what I'm going to suggest that you do. Whenever you go there to do something, have a little piece of paper on there and have that person sign it that you actually were there to visit your lawyer, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Because Ms. Acevedo has to rely on people that work for her. And if they forget, you're both in the same spot, that you've both done what you needed to do, but, there's no evidence that you all were ever communicating. So,
I got you, ma'am. I understand.
okay? So
Yes, ma'am.
this is the world we live in now, okay?
Yeah, I
So you
understand.
actually have to do that. All right, so if you'll submit that motion and order, Ms. Acevedo, I'll be glad to sign it, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
May we be excused?
Yes, thank you very much. You may leave, Mr. Sanchez. You can log off, okay?
Thank you.
Judge,
Thank
and
you.
am I clear to leave too?
Who's that?
This is Officer Tatlow.
Oh, Mr. Tatlow, of course. Thank you so much for being here. You're a very
Thank you,
big
ma'am.
help. Thank
You
you.
have a
Your
good
Honor,
Thanksgiving.
we may need a reset date, for pretrial.
No, they'll go ahead and take care of it. On compliance hearings, I'm not going to reset them.
No, regular pretrial.
Regular pretrial? Oh, for this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, it's a compliance hearing, right? Oh, I don't need to reset it. Hopefully I won't have any more violation reports and won't have a reason to. He'll be coming in on regular dockets. Unless, was he on today's docket, not just for the compliance?
Right. It was for today.
Okay, all right, we'll reset it let's reset it to January 18. And that way, I guess we'll make sure that everything's going okay. All right. Okay. If you will just send an email, I guess, to Miss Acevedo.
Will do.
Okay, thank you. All right. Getting back, Mr. Hernandez, you had a chance to confer with Mr. Richardson?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
Okay. Let me take care of, let's see, Mr. Lambert has the interpreter here. And
Yes, Your Honor.
You're here on, what is the name of the client on this?
Jose Salazar, or me, or
Yeah, you're the client you're representing today?
Jose Salazar, Your Honor.
Okay. And, okay, so basically, he was a fugitive. He's appeared, so I just need to withdraw any warrants that I might have issued.
And Judge, I can file something in regards to that as well.
Oh, that would be so helpful.
I
'cause
can do.
I will not
I
remember.
heard what
otherwise.
you said, and I can't agree more. You're right. In 60 days, I'm not going to remember this either.
No. Okay. So I will mark it also on, I'll tell the clerks to,
And Judge, I have spoken with Mr. Salazar. He has a pending felony.
Okay.
As well as I advised him, just based on his immigration status, I do believe he's going to be reaching out to an immigration attorney.
okay. I'm going to reset that for January 26th, and hopefully that'll be enough time.
And Judge, do you just want me to file an order removing fugitive status?
If you will just give me a motion saying Mr. Estrada appeared on such and such a date, whatever it is today.
Will do, Your Honor.
And then the court finds that his fugitive status is changed to be withdrawn, I guess. I can't think of how to tell you to, just so that I'll know what I did today.
I'll think of something. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lambert. So if there's nothing further, I'm going to send an email to the clerks to recall the warrant on this and reinstate the
Judge.
bond. He was
And-
on a bond, I guess, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, okay.
And thank you, Carmen. She's been a fantastic translator.
Oh,
Thank you.
wonderful. Yeah,
Thank
she
you
is.
so much.
She's really great. Thank you, Carmen. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. That means the world. Do you
If she
want
can
to
let
go?
Mr. Salazar know that he can be dismissed.
Okay. Señor Salazar, se puede retirar.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, thank you. You might tell him before he goes that he needs to be back January 26th.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Señor Salazar, usted tiene una nueva fecha para el del 26 de enero.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Judge. You have a great day.
You too.
Happy
Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you.
Thank you. You
Yes.
too.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you so much, Carmen. We always appreciate so much your help.
I
Take
love
care.
being here, and if I don't see you, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So at this time, I think we can proceed. Okay. I do have the plea paperwork on Elisa Valdivia. And I got confused because I have one on Rodolfo Bermejo, who is not here. But let me see. Okay, that's Mr. Hernandez's client, right?
Right.
Okay, so, and we're good to go, right? We're no problems right now. We can just go and start this plea.
All systems go.
I
All
think
systems
the
go. Mr. Funari.
call reporter is logging in again.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. We just need a reset.
Okay. Let me find you and, okay. You were an add-on today? Is that
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, on Brooke Sherney, and I saw that she was here.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and that was recalled because you were in another court and couldn't.
Correct, Judge.
So let's just reset that to January 18, okay?
That's perfect.
Okay, great. Well, you have a wonderful day, Mr. Bernard. Thank you.
You too,
Ms.
Judge.
Sherney?
Thank you.
You're welcome to log off, Ms. Sherney. Thank you. All right. We're going to proceed at this time with cause number 669499, the state of Texas versus Elisa Valdivia. Ms. Valdivia, could you please unmute yourself
Yes, ma'am.
and raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may lower your hand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, cause number 669499, State of Texas versus Alisa Valdivia. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Brett Bosis for the state.
Bobby Hernandez for defense.
So, are you Alisa Valdivia?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You've been charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, okay? And I'm a little confused here because it's, is there an amendment to this offense?
Well, as part of the agreement, Your Honor, the state is waiving the second enhancement and proceeding on this as a DWI first, Class B.
All right. So that's my confusion. It's marked Class B instead of DWI first. It should be DWI first. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment is from 72 hours up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
We're going to, do you have a copy of this? Okay, there we go. This is the document I am looking at, and I just read to you the offense.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me see. The one I have is not marked as DWI first. Okay, so.
The one on the screen is a different cause number, Your Honor.
Okay, I only have one. Okay. All right, well then we'll go with that. That's correct. Okay. So,
Well, the correct cause number, Your Honor, is 669499.
well, that's what I have. And that's the one I marked DWI first.
I don't have that one.
So, so is that the correct range of punishment, DWI first on this?
Hold on one moment, Your Honor. I can share my screen here.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I have, the one that's on the screen right now. But if it's a DWI first, shouldn't it be the first range of punishment?
No, this is the correct one. I'm sharing it right now.
Okay, all right.
Can you see the 669499?
I see that, yes.
Okay, yeah, this is the correct.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
So yes, the correct range of punishment should be the DWI first.
Okay, all right. So then we're now on the same page. Okay, I went ahead and marked my copy and I marked off Class B on my copy also. All right, so after that discussion, you do understand, Ms. Valdivia, that the offense you're being charged with is a DWI first as a Class B misdemeanor, but because it's a special range of punishment, I marked the first box up there that says DWI first, and that has a minimum of 72 hours up to 180 days and or a fine up to $2,000. It's almost the same except that it has a minimum of 72 hours, okay? There is a difference.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, so we're going to go to the second page. After you have reviewed this document with your lawyer, you'll see on page 2, defendant's signature. All right, and did you sign that, sir, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights listed in that document?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, if you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later on you change your mind tonight or tomorrow, you want to withdraw your plea, You would only be able to do that with my permission, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. Also, I see that you're entering a plea of no contest. Do you understand that I can still find you guilty of this offense? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. So, Mr. Hernandez, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Ms. Valdivia?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does she have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
And has she been able to assist you in her defense?
Yes, she has, Your Honor.
Okay, I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. Excuse me. So the agreement is that the state will withdraw the motion to revoke probation on cause number 630798. And she will continue her probation on that cause number, and her probation on this cause number 669499 will run concurrently with the other. And for this case, there will be a fine of $600 plus court costs, 180 days Bexar County Jail probated for 18 months, 48 hours community service, the DWI intervention class, and ignition interlock for half the term of probation. Or I believe they're going to ask for a different alcohol monitoring device, but regardless, for half the term of probation.
Okay. So, Mr. Hernandez, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. So,
Oh,
yes.
Judge, excuse me, I forgot to include an important piece. There will also be a MIC-MIOF evaluation with the MIOF held in abeyance.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right. So, Ms. Valdivia, and that is the agreement, right, Mr. Hernandez?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Ms. Valdivia, to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense, as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, ma'am?
No contest, Judge.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea. I am going to follow the agreement. The state will be withdrawing the motion to revoke on cause number 630798, and you will be continued on probation in that matter. Okay. And the probation for this cause, 669499, will be concurrent with the probation in 630798. Also, I'm assessing a $600 fine plus court costs, sentencing you to 140 days Bexar County Jail. However, that is probated for 18 months. You are supposed to complete 48 hours community service, the DWI intervention course, and install the ignition interlock on your vehicle for 1/2 your term of probation. And there will be a MIC-MIOF evaluation, but the MIOF conclusion will be held in advance. I also want to offer you 24 hours community service credit on your 48 hours community service requirement if you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID. That is purely an option. It's not mandatory, but I'll be very happy if you show proof to the probation department that you've complied with that, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I haven't got it done, Judge.
I'm sorry, you cut out. Your audio went away in the middle of your sentence.
I have not got fully vaccinated, but I don't mind doing that for you, Judge.
Great. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. All right. At this time.
Your Honor, we do have a request regarding our plea bargain.
Okay.
Our request is that she be ordered to get the portable breath testing device. And to have, she's been on scram during this pretrial, and she would like that scram removed.
Okay, and the state, what is your position on that?
We don't object to the Smart Start. However, we would just ask that the defendants provide to probation in the court, you know, an affidavit of non-driving, as well as if there are any vehicles in her household that, even if they don't belong to her, I'd like probation to be aware of those.
I did already submit one to my pretrial officer, Cassandra Motamaror. She should already have it. I do live alone, me and my daughter, so there's no vehicles here in the home. But I did submit, David. I do have an email. I have a copy of you if I can send that to a probation, or how y'all would like me to proceed. Definitely do that. I do have the actual paper as well if you need.
Yeah, if you could provide a copy of that, that would be great. That way we'll be all on the same page, okay?
No problem.
So instead of the ignition interlock, you're going to be ordered to get the portable alcohol monitoring device.
Now, Judge, I'd later on wind up getting another vehicle. Would I just have to tell the patient, okay, hey, look, I got a vehicle. I would like to switch from the portable to the interlock?
Right. So you would need to file an affidavit. You're going to provide a copy of your affidavit of non-driving. Okay. But also, I want you to understand that you may not drive any other vehicle that does not have ignition interlock on it. Okay.
Yep.
Because if you get another vehicle with within any time in the future, it must have ignition interlock on it, okay? Because this was amended.
Thank you, Judge. Also to have her scram removed,
All right.
the ankle monitor.
Yes.
And one final point, Your Honor, in consultation with Mr. Richardson and Mr. Boises, we believe it would be best if Ms. Valdivia would make her first reporting or first orientation to probation in person,
Well,
if that's available.
So, Your Honor, on that note, Ms. Valdivia never reported for her initial charge, which is the MTR. And so she never signed conditions of probation.
Correct.
And so there was a 5A filed for non-reporting. We reset her to show compliance, and she got picked up on a DWI second. So just for the record, probation's only concern would be that she did have access to a vehicle when she picked up the second charge.
okay, so Ms. Valdivia, you can understand how there is an issue of trust here. And that's a very important issue because right now in our country, there's a great lack of trust because of so many things that have happened.
Now on that though, there's a lot of communication because I was in communication with Corey. I do have emails going back and forth of stating when I could go in, when an appointment was made. I did go in downtown to the court, not to court, I'm sorry, to probation, and they told me that there was no appointment made. So I did reach out, let Corey know that I needed an appointment. They wouldn't just let me just go in. I had went down to Ada's office and let her know that court was, I think, coming up, I think, in that week. So we just waited until court. But if I can get an appointment today, so that way I can know an exact date of when I can go in person, if that's, something that we can do, I can definitely do that. My mother has no problem picking me up and taking me.
Okay.
She has been my reliability during this time with the vehicle. So if I can somehow get that email writing, saying I do have an appointment, to go at this specific time. I would love that because I feel like communication has not been there. And I don't want it to make it seem like I was not being clear on that. So if we can somehow get that done today, get an email,
Right.
I can do my information or email, so that way we get that done as soon as.
Okay, so you do understand that we've been working under really drastic circumstances because of this pandemic. Everything is different. We haven't gotten back to normal yet. So
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to suggest that in the future, you persist, okay? Because you're the one that's going to be negatively affected, okay?
Yes.
But, probation, they have handled a lot of cases, and it's just really difficult right now because, and that's the other thing. When you call to talk to your probation officer and you can't get through because the mailbox is full, I need you to send a text or an email, okay? Because otherwise, there's not going to be any evidence that you had even attempted to get in
Yes.
touch, right?
And I don't even know who the probation officer is, so if I could get that information as well.
Right.
I've never, no one's ever, so if I
You're
could
going to, you're going to be talking to Mr. Richardson. He's going to give you important information on how to proceed and so forth, okay? So,
Yes.
But I need you to understand too that you've had some negative experiences, but they deal with those things every day. People saying that, well, they didn't return my call or this and that. But it's all because, even Zoom, it's not reliable. Right now,
Yes.
when you're talking, you're cutting in and out, so I'm not hearing every word you're saying. But I do get the gist, and so I'm happy that you have spoken up for yourself because but I'm also speaking up for the probation department and for people that work with me because I know they work very, very hard. And so, I just don't want anybody to think that people are just being um, unmindful of their responsibilities. I mean, probation is there to help you, quite frankly. And we don't do a lot of motions to revoke because I really want people to learn something that's going to be valuable for their future. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so that's just my opinion, but I happen to be in the driver's seat, so
Yeah,
okay.
I understand.
Okay,
And,
all right.
and then just for the record, Judge, I'm going to do the application and I'm going to send it over to Manager Bianca Zapata so they will not turn her away.
Okay.
We'll have all of the information.
Okay, all right.
Or
So now that depends on me. I have to get to the courthouse to turn in this paperwork too. So,
Judge, Judge, I'll send over the application. I'm typing it up right now.
oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Corey.
But
I appreciate it.
but that information, ma'am, will be provided like when you go there in person.
Okay.
And if not, just reach out to me in emails like you have before.
Okay, sounds good, Corey.
But please do not get behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, my mom's the one that does all of it. She's been a great support system when it comes to that. She works from home, so she knows I work from home. So it's been great to have that support system because if not, then it would be hard for me to get these places. But I do have that support. Be no issue getting there. And getting everything.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to see this be a success story, okay? You have a great day. I am going to ask you to meet with Mr. Richardson at this time. Now, there's one more thing. The personal data sheet that you filled out. Do you swear that everything you put on there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Valdivia, I wish you the best of luck, ma'am.
You
So
too.
at this time, this hearing is adjourned, and you'll get a prompt to go in to meet with Mr. Richardson, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, will you join them also?
No, Your Honor, I'm gonna leave now.
Well, it won't take but a couple of minutes. I just would like
I
you to
will go then. I have
All
a
right.
client waiting outside in the car, but if you want me
Oh.
to do that, I'll do that.
It won't take more than a couple of minutes. You can leave after 2 minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. I
You're
appreciate
welcome,
it.
Judge. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Okay, this hearing is adjourned. Okay, Ms. Petrashik. I'm sorry, wait, Miss Settle's been waiting a minute, so let me see what I can do with her.
Judge, we have reached an agreement on an MTR. It's to revoke and JSAP my client on Desiree Cook.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Are we gonna do that today? Is she in custody?
No, she's not. And
Okay.
if you, I know it's late in the morning. If you want to reset it to early next week, that's fine, or do it now.
Well, let me see what Ms. Petrashik has, and then we'll see how much time we have.
Okay.
Ms. Petrashik, good morning.
Yes, Judge. Good morning. It's still morning because it's 2 minutes to noon.
2 minutes to noon. It's still morning.
Mr. Muniz is here on Zoom today. He does still have pending felonies, and so
Okay.
I
right.
think those are related to this misdemeanor, and we just want to get those resolved.
All right. Are
because
you
I
the
think-
attorney on the felony?
No, Judge, I'm not, unfortunately.
All right. So I'm going to reset this to January 18. Okay.
Excellent, Judge. And look, I got done before noon.
Hey, barely, but you did it.
Y'all have a great weekend.
You
It's
too.
good to
Thank
see
you. Yes.
Bye.
Mr. Munoz, you may log off, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Judge. See you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, so we are done with everyone. All right, Mr. Fonari, I took care of that. Miss Sherney? Okay, Miss Sherney, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I believe that we reset your matter to January 18. And Mr. Fonari has left, I believe. So
Okay.
you're welcome to log off at this time. Just stay in touch with your lawyer, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You take care.
You as well.
All right. I'm just going through and make sure I didn't miss anyone. I think we're done. Okay, so Mr. Richardson, can you send me a copy of that motion to revoke?
He's in a breakout room right now, Judge.
Okay, yeah, he is. Okay, Miss Settle, I'm going to impose on you to come back on Tuesday. Is that okay?
That's fine, Judge. And I think we need to have a certificate, the appeal certificate signed if she's going to be revoked?
You know, I've never seen that. We've just done the revocation because she's already been adjudicated, right?
Right. I'm trying to think back to when we were in person in court, and if there was going to be a revocation, we had to sign something.
Right. And I don't remember either.
That's okay. If you don't need it, I'm fine. I was just going to tell you we don't have it. So
we'll try to get an answer before Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess Tuesday would be what, the 23rd?
Yes.
Okay, November 23rd. Okay.
All right. We'll see you then, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
May we be excused?
Yes. You have a great
Right.
weekend. Thank you.
You too.
Okay. All right, everybody. Oh, Miss Cox. Miss Cook. Desiree Cook. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your attorney was who?
Elizabeth Settles.
Yeah. Okay. I just reset that for Tuesday. It's a
Okay,
motion
so
to revoke. You're gonna have to come back Tuesday. Okay.
okay, so that's it.
Yes, that's it for now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Okay.